Gates. My name is Third, and if you want to watch this video, you're gonna have to give me $5,000, even though it's completely AI generated. Just kidding, I already did that video, and it kind of flopped, so we're not doing that again. As a kid, I never really went to many big events, partially because those events were usually held at Valley Fair, a place I will never go because I'm a major wuss, and have only ever been on the log chute at the Mall of America, which isn't even considered a real roller coaster by a lot of people, and that's crazy because it's the same thing. It is the exact same thing. One is just on water. I don't know why you guys are so nitpicky. Oh, what? Just because it isn't on wheels and therefore cannot technically roll means it's not a roller coaster? So what? A blondie isn't a blondie unless it's made by a blonde or has blonde hair in it? Shut up, how about? Not only were a lot of these events anxiety-inducing enough to nearly make me barf, but they were also quite spendy a lot of times. Or at least spendy to the brain of a 5-year-old. Now though, it's even more spendy because of inflation, so nothing really changed. Because why does a yearly pass to the Minnesota Zoo cost $300? It used to cost $80, but now it's $300. What? Fuckers are only open till 4 in the winter, which is normally fine because it's Minnesota, but this year in Minnesota, winter wasn't even winter. It was snowy for a week, and then whoa, back to being able to see my grass. Climate and economy crisis aside, these events were generally a little spendy, but usually it was worth it. The event was fun and whimsical, and at the very least had beer for the poor adults that got dragged there by their kids. But nowadays, obviously, I'm not completely caught up on how well put together today's children events are, because that would put me on a list. Also, I don't have the money for that. But one of the things that comes to mind is something I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of. The Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow, Scotland. Scotland forever! I stumbled across this video on, you guessed it, TikTok.
What is that? It's the undug.
I was thrown for an absolute loop when I saw this for the first time because there's so much going on. I didn't even register the fact that it was meant to be a Willy Wonka thing because what is this? Why are there children around it? Is this like a haunted house that is for some reason in broad daylight? The reasons are unknown to me. Get it? Do you guys get the joke? And then I watched it again and hey, why the hell is Willy Wonka there? What kind of haunted house is this? Upon further research though, which is also just falling down a rabbit hole, I learned that these clips belong to the aforementioned Willy Wonka chocolate experience in Glasgow, Scotland. An event that was held by, get this, House of Illuminati. Okay, first red flag spotted. And when you take a simple glance at the website, a little peek, a gander, a swivel, you can tell that it is very obviously AI. Like, all of the images it uses, all of them were generated by AI. There weren't any real photos of what the actual event looked like or was supposed to look like. I read over the description of the website, and I have a feeling that too was generated by AI. Second red flag. And the third red flag, it costs $45 per person. For $45 per person, I expect Timothy to give me a lesson on mewing, for Johnny to take me to court, and for Jean to be brought back to the dead so that they can all band together and put these kids in grave danger. $45 is fucking insane. Not to mention that most of these events have different prices for different ages, you know, but $45 per person, no matter the age, it would be $180 for a regular nuclear family to go. By the way, this is what the event actually looked like. And those poor kids, too, man. They were probably so excited. They were probably ready to go swimming in some chocolate river, but no. They got this. The Willy Wonka experience. More like a kid's first introduction to disappointment experience. Especially since the images on the website were super, like, fun and colorful and silly. But no. For $45, they get a warehouse with a bunch of tables and a bounce house that fits maximum 7 kids. One of the images that went viral from this thing was one of the Oompa Loompa actors making something. I don't know what. They were probably trying to make it seem like she was making chocolate, but in what world is there that much smoke while making chocolate, you know? Unless it's a special chocolate. That would actually make a lot of sense, because, like, look at this woman. She looks higher than Charlie and his grandpappy after they ate that sweet treat that made them float. She looks baked. She does. And I would be too. I can't imagine going to acting school and then getting hired to act in something where 90% of it was made by AI. When I was researching for this video, I found one of the videos that the Willy Wonka actor made. And apparently the entire script was also generated by AI. Shocker. A lot of times AI will add things that don't relate to anything at all, which is absolutely where the unknown this guy came from. How did the creators of this thing look at something that was, let's face it, 90% dog shit, and think, yep, that is worth $45 a person. Third's spectacular show of magic. What does this consist of? Oh, shit. What? Yeah, like loads of shit that just gets thrown into the crowd. Magical shit. How is it magical? It magically makes you smell like shit. Okay. How much are the tickets? $30,000. Super worth it, I think. What? I looked on Twitter, I'm not calling it X, Elon is my biggest op, to see what they were saying about it, and I noticed something peculiar. Almost every single fucking tweet that was talking about Willy Wonka was also talking about Julia Ragbeer and a bar that serves Coke the old-fashioned way. I'm only gonna talk about this briefly because I don't even know what to say about it. Julia Ragbeer is an artist that made a new album, and everyone was fucking dogging on it, dude, and the old-fashioned Coke thing is like, it's what you'd expect. You know, and somehow they all merged, like Willy Wonka and Julia Ragbeer and the Coke. I don't know if it's just a Twitter thing or if it's Twitter and TikTok, but it's definitely one of the more obscure things I've seen while researching for a video, because they do not relate to each other at all. The three subjects, I don't know how they merged. I don't know if it's like something that I'm not seeing, you know, but it's strange. Back to Willy. Fucking, oh yeah, the cops were called to the scene. Fun fact, the cops were called because of how low quality the event was and because it was, you know, a scam. But, I think that was expected. I was reading over some articles and watching a few TikToks about the whole thing, and apparently first of all, the event took about 2 minutes to walk through fully, but secondly, they didn't even get chocolate, okay? The kids didn't get chocolate. They got 2 jelly beans and a quarter can of limeade. Not lemonade, weird. It's called Willy Wonka's Chocolate Experience, not Willy Wonka's Office Party. You made people pay $45 a person for a half-empty warehouse and the unknown. The least you could do is give them the very thing that the movie is based off of. The damn website legitimately says where chocolate dreams become reality. Hey, welcome to my party. Hey, yeah, I was told that I would get free money just for coming. Is that true? Sure. Dance, monkey, dance! Is the chocolate in the room with us? No. We have a high Oompa Loompa in this thing. Actually, yeah, let's talk about the unknown. The unknown only exists because the script was completely AI. Let's just get it out of the way. It's meant to be an evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls, but what's more interesting to me is that it was the first ever role that this actor professionally played, like, was hired to do. She had very little idea as to how the experience was going to be, and frankly, she was lucky that there were other actors there that were kind enough to sort of take her under their wing. Because, and I feel like I have to repeat this was her first ever professional acting gig. And the cops got called on it. I would never act again if I was her. I don't know if the company that put this thing on, House of Illuminati, is at all related to the cult. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, considering how big of a scam the whole thing was. But either way, I'm still glad the cops got called. And that I'm assuming people got their money refunded. Or not, I don't know. Moral of the story, don't buy tickets to something when that thing's only promotions are generated by AI, because, oh, no shit, that's gonna be a scam. Duh, you know. But you know what isn't a scam? Subscribing to me. It's free, and it would make me super happy if you subscribed, so please do it. Alright, you were all great. My name is Third. Guten, bye. God, why did I even pay for this stupid comedy show? They can't even say goodbye right in German. It's an inside joke.